Namaste everyone. Welcome to this yoga video, yoga class, whatever you want to call it. Today is really opening and accepting day for anything you want to say. It's just a very non-judgmental day, and I feel like anything kind of goes because yesterday was full moon in Sagittarius and it was also a blue moon, so that carries a lot of spiritual significance. And today my day is really nice, it's gone really smoothly, but yesterday my day was like a little bit of chaos, and I've learned from it. Like, I've learned a lifetime of lessons in one day, I feel like. So something I want to share with you is actually in the affirmation today. Forgiveness. And the reason why forgiveness is so key is because you're giving yourself another chance. Like in a video game where you have 3 lives and maybe one life is gone, you still have another one. So you start new, you start fresh, and with a non-judgmental attitude. So let's read this affirmation. Today, I bless each soul I perceive to have hurt me. I release them to their own greater good. I can now see that the past provides me with lessons that help me live more fully in the present. I no longer struggle with what has been said and done. I am grateful for every experience that has brought me here. I fill myself with a love that is pure and free. I really respect this message, and I'm just going to place it on top of this thing, and you can't see, I'm sorry, but you can feel it energetically, I'm sure. So yesterday I met an angel. His name is Angel and he's Bulgarian. And then like a few minutes after I met him, my bike had a flat tire, which I don't think he like had any impact on, but it's just my head has that sequential knowledge that I met an angel, something not so good happened. But to be honest, I wasn't doing a good thing while I was meeting him. I was actually, on today's topic, I was actually smoking. And I know a yoga teacher that smokes doesn't really look good, but where do I go from here? You know, forgiveness, the card, we have to remember that. So it's so funny because if I was someone else looking at someone like me without knowing context and the situation, I would just judge me probably so quickly. But I've learned to understand that being right isn't the most amazing thing, because like your body has 5 different types of body. In yoga philosophy, there is the mental body, also known as the intellectual body. There is the energetic body, the physical body, which is like a prana type of body. You have the spiritual heart and the character. I think that was 5. So when you're prioritizing one of these bodies, let's say like the intellectual mind, you're kind of being unbalanced, and you're like disciplining yourself on one body, but what about the emotional side of you and all the other sides? So you reach a point of realization and calmness when all 5 bodies are aligned. So that is definitely what I'm striving for. And yeah, just not to get mad at the really petty things, because yeah, there is just so many things that happened yesterday that didn't have to happen. But where my mindset was, it happened, and I'm not mad at it. I've just been like gently warned, I guess. So thank you, Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that controls Sagittarius, and Jupiter is filled with abundance and luck and fortune, and yes, those types of traits that Sagittarius people have. And my rising is Sagittarius, so that's good news, I guess. So I'm actually in my basement, and I'm wearing this dress that was once not a dress, but I cut it because I like to cut things. And now I'm here on my mat let's light up our incense. How are you? I feel like I haven't even asked that yet. I'm so rude. Yeah, I have like all over my dress, and I have it on my wrist. So this is lighting, and look at my tiny lighter. So tiny. So I'm just gonna place that behind me, and this is such a good smelling one. This one is called Mystic Yogi. This is one of my favorite ones. It comes in a pink package. So yeah, let's start in easy pose Sukhasana to begin with. Place your hands gently on your knees and begin to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth as you drop your mouth open just a little bit. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, open your chest and feel your lower belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, curve your spine, come in. Exhale, open. Inhale, open. Exhale. Brilliant. Okay, gently place your hands on your knees, palms facing down. And be like the wind. It's a pretty windy day here. I think it's gonna rain. So just be like the wind. It moves unpredictably. Be unpredictable. I feel like I'm still being predictable even though I'm trying not to be predictable. Wow. Okay, just go wherever you like. You can go inhale all the way around, press your sitting bones, feel that stretch from your hip to your thigh. Keep going. Pause in the middle and go the other way. Inhale. Exhale. Take your time. How did you celebrate your full moon yesterday? Did you do really great things? Did you go out with friends? Did you watch a film? Oh my god, should I tell you about this series that I've been watching and like enjoying? I liked the first season, I think, just a little bit more, but the second season has really got me for some reason. It's called Race Around the World. Race Across the World or Race Around the World? I don't know. I'm going around the world, so maybe it's Race Across the World. So they're racing across the world with like a limited budget, and they don't have phones, but they have this really cool camera crew that's following them everywhere, so they're kind of like micro celebrities. I would really enjoy that. I would just so enjoy that because it's just a whole surprise. You don't. Oh, there's a huge spider. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, it's going away. Please leave me alone. And I will respect you. Okay, I don't think it wants me to tell you about the series. You're just gonna have to check it out yourself. Okay, let's carry on with our breathing exercise. I would love to do Nadi Shotan with you, also known as alternate nostril breathing. This is a cool. Oh, that's really cool. Just combine your pinky and thumb. Is this a mudra? Where did it go? I think it went under the rocks. That's okay. Okay. So, yes, Nadi Shotan. So all you're gonna need is your thumb and the side of your nostril. So do this with your hand. So tuck the two fingers in and extend the other two fingers. Have your thumb in like a thumb mode, and you're gonna close one of the nostrils. Begin with the right hand, and then only breathe through the left nostril. We're gonna do that for 5 counts, okay? Ready? And then exhale this time through the same nostril. Swallow a couple times. Let's go. Now the next side, you can use your same hand and just use the other side of your thumbnail. Perfecto. Yeah, I can totally tell which side of my body is a bit more unbalanced, because this type of breath, it experiments with what channels you're breathing through, and your body automatically changes the nostril it breathes through every 90 seconds. So you're just helping the energy flow with that breathing exercise. So yeah, nothing too complicated really. So one of the yogic philosophies for community is actually called Sangha, and it's really funny because Sangha is actually my mum's maiden name. Isn't that so cool? And the music teacher, she was like a really interesting, whimsical woman at my secondary school. Her name was also Miss Sangha, and she was a music teacher there. And sometimes she was barely in, I don't know what she was doing. And I guess she fostered a community on the xylophones. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to make connections. I think it's better to strive for peace than perfection. And that's just what I've been finding along with my journey. It's just, I'm more better and more relaxed when I'm at a mode that's peaceful and content. But when I'm striving to be perfect, I don't actually get much satisfaction from that. So I'd rather do something imperfect and learn from it and just keep improving on that, really. So yeah. I drew a diagram. Well, it's not a diagram. I just drew something about how yoga helps addiction discovery. I don't call it recovery because I don't think you should victimize yourself in a way. I even think being labeled a drug addict just has no benefit. I mean, unless you like that, I just don't think, for me, it would have any benefit to be called an addict, because I'm also an oxygen breather. I'm also a water drinker. Like, you know, I have to depend on these factors. So yeah, I mean, everyone has their own types of things. So I drew this, and this is the earth, as you can see. And these are some musical notes, and this is like the galaxy, these are the stars, and this person is floating in the ocean with a crown, and this person is just on land. And so the reason why I depicted the person in the ocean with a crown is because they're flowing with the waves of life, without fear, without worry, and without anger or negativity in their life. They are just accepting the state of which they're in. And so I'm going to give you an example of addiction and fear, and why they correspond with each other, why addiction and fear are so closely linked. I'm not like I mean, I am kind of a scientist, but I'm not like a psychologist. All of this is just coming from research and my own pink box. So if you're addicted to staying at home, you might have agoraphobia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. That type of thing. So your fear would be being in public. So you keep this loop, like, oh, what about if people laugh at me? What if I get isolated? What if someone disrespects me on the street? Like, that is keeping you in this loop of staying at home, staying put, staying where you are. And so you're self-limiting yourself in this cycle, essentially. But on the other hand, if you use these fears as motivation, let's say, if I go outside and I'm not proved that, you know, people hate me and people laugh at me, then I can trust myself. I trust myself, and I trust the universe that nothing like that is going to happen. And even if it does happen, maybe you can prepare for the worst. Maybe you come back with an amazing joke, or you do like a funny dance that just confuses your mind, so you don't actually have to feel any of those negative emotions. This is a really interesting posture. It's like I'm tickling the inner bit of my elbow with my toes. You should definitely give that a try. So yes, your sub fears are being ignored and laughed at, but they can turn into your like heroes, these types of things, by being your own vessel of self-gratification. So let me just rephrase this. So instead of staying at home, you've gained something new by stepping outside of your house. You've gained being able to be outside. So this is like a new achievement. And instead of having new fears, you can have new edges to kind of go beyond those edges and just explore the world after that, really. Yeah. And then you've made your own spiritual enlightenment. That's kind of how it works. By conquering your own fears, just by subtly forgetting them, and maybe being around people who encourage your fear and encourage your addiction is not good. So you'll have to make a decision whether you want to keep them in your life or not, because I think there is only so much resilience that one has to conform with their friends, because our friends and family, they're just the closest people to us, and sometimes they can be the people that allow this negativity to fester within you, because they're not disagreeing with you straight away, or they're not dismantling it, they're just feeding it. So it's really about identifying your own strengths and always looking at the positive of things instead of dwelling on the negative. Just from my own experience, I've learned that just doing things for you, not because you need to, but because you want to and you're ready. Just the readiness. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my diagram. Have another look. I don't know why I'm so happy about this. I like drawing it. It reminded me of like the girl I used to be before, changing my senses. Moving on to my next topic. Drugs change our senses, or they change our ability to perceive through the senses. It's just so weird actually how drugs manipulate our brains to just releasing that one hormone in our brain without us having to gain anything. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, it's just not okay. It's not okay. So the senses, they unite us, they make us whole, being able to see, smell, all these things, they are the things that make us whole. And then the drugs, I put an arrow here, and then I put an arrow there, and then the senses have been spelt really differently. And then this reverse symbol represents when you keep doing those drugs, and then there's an X, because you kind of stop feeling like you deserve the drugs, or your body is reciprocating the drugs the same way you first took the drugs. And then, what did I draw here? Oh yeah, so then there's a person with a brain, that's the pink fairy box, guys. And then it says equals X drugs, because then eventually you're just like, what is my body, what is my brain like without drugs in a period of time? So being curious, having that curiosity is what is gonna be the firecracker to your journey. It's just what I believe. Having that curiosity, because it shows that your mind still has autonomy and you can still think wondrously. So just hold on to that and keep it close. And then I put the brain, I wrote this, the brain is a cloud. You can choose the color of your brain, the texture, whatever, you don't have to just be a piece of slime. Or maybe you want to be a piece of slime, it's really up to you. You can be whatever your brain wants you to be. Whatever your heart wants your brain to be, that's what it can be. So I suggest you explore yourself. And then I give you a question. Are drugs a trade? You're doing the drugs, you're either isolated or you're with the same type of people, but you're limiting yourself because you could be with other people doing other things like jet skis and polo, water sports. I can only think of water things. You can be eating fancy bread, you know, that's what you can be doing. You can just be in your wildest imagination without the drugs because you'll be free. And so I want to give you an example of someone that I know that takes drugs, and I met him the other day and he was really inspiring to me because he had so much energy and so much joy until he told me what he does for work. He told me that he was a butcher. So I've been vegan for like maybe 6, 4, 5 years right now. I've taken a little time out. I've forgiven myself for everything I've done. Not anything crazy, but he was a butcher, and that was the first time I've ever met a butcher. So I met a butcher and an angel in the same weekend. So yeah, it's a bit funny for me. Yeah, he was a butcher and he was so childlike. He was so in touch with his inner child, and to me, just seeing that gruesomeness, how does that affect you? And he didn't have an answer for that. So yeah, let me get back to my point. Every time I would compliment him on his like yoga pose or something, he would ask me, "You sure? Are you sure?" Like as if like he was doubting the compliment. And then I just like I asked him after a couple of times he asked me that. I was like, "Why do you keep saying, are you sure? I'm already sure when I'm thinking it in my head and then I say it." So I feel like drugs and miscellaneous things, they often plant the seed of self-doubt, even excessive mantras. So I have this quote from Yoga Teachings. This is from Book 4, Kavalya Pada, The Liberation in Isolation. So, perfections or siddhis are attained through birth, herbs or drugs, mantra, austerities or samadhi. So, yeah. So, to ensure your thinking, simply meditate. That's someone sitting in Sukhasana, and the 5 ticks are there because the 5 senses, you're aligned with your 5 senses once you meditate. And I have this really cool trick that I just learned today, and I actually learned it from Instagram. Sometimes Instagram can be helpful with some things. He's actually one of my favorite accounts. His name is Dio. And he said this mantra, it's like the golden mantra, and you put your fingers on your lips. And you know, as a child you're told, put your fingers on your lips, and this is the world. So, is it, I think it might be the consciousness or the world, I'm sorry, I get the fingers mixed up. So you just place it on your lips, and then it just silences your mind. Yeah, if you want to learn more about addiction and yoga, subscribe to my Patreon and we can talk about it more there. So, our first posture is gonna be cat and cow posture. So just lift up onto your side and place your fingers and hands directly below you, in line with your shoulders and knees, directly under the hips. Take a deep inhale and arch your spine, look all the way up. Exhale through your mouth, curl your spine, look to your tummy, push the floor away. Inhale, look all the way up. Exhale, arch your spine. And then slowly separate your feet and just place your hands down as you go into your puppy dog. Place your chin on the mat. Good job. And now slowly come up. And we're gonna place one of our feet, before we come up, let's go into our downward dog. So push your feet into the floor, just like that. And push your head closer to your knees by pushing your hands on the floor. Good job. And then place one foot behind and the other foot directly in front, just like that. Oh, my leg can't fully extend, so I'm just having to stay like this. Let me just move my mat a little bit back. That's better. Now we're in a good comfortable position. Feel free to be explorative in your pigeon. If you have a wall here, just like me, go on the wall. Extend, open your arms. Embrace the world. Okay, now begin to kick your foot. Grip onto the behind of your foot. Look at your foot. Kiss your foot. And then turn your arm the other way. And then slowly back in the middle. So this pigeon pose is just great for so many things. For back bending, for hip opening, for hip rotation, for the knee. And now we're gonna go the other way. Tuck your back foot, downward dog. Left foot in front. You want to look to your right side. Turn, kick. Kiss. All the way around to your head. Tap, tap, tap. Oh. Downward dog. Now just sit on your knees. Time for a twisting posture. Have your feet in front of you, left knee under your right. Have your right foot directly in front of your left knee. Place your right hand at the base of your spine, away from your palm in the ground. Left hand on your left knee, like right over. And then you're gonna extend your spine, look all the way up. Take a deep inhale, look over your shoulder. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Slowly come back to center. Now as you're twisting, you can apply a little bit of pressure on your knee through your elbow. So just to keep that in mind. Next leg. Thread your right leg through. Left foot in the center. Left hand at the base of your spine, palm facing the ground. Open your right arm. We're gonna grab that right knee through and open your shoulder. Take a deep inhale, extend your spine, pull your spine all the way up. Crown chakra activated. Inhale, look all the way over your shoulder. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Twist, twist. Slowly come back to center. I think this is one of my favorite postures to do in terms of dialogue, because in the Bikram Yoga series, this is the last posture, and there's always a lot more excitement with this posture. I mean, there's excitement with all the postures, but this one is, it's one of my favorites for sure. Now let's sit back in our cozy posture and just sit comfortably as I play my singing bowl for you. I only want you to listen to this. Take a deep inhale and sit comfortably. feel my arm muscles speaking to me. It was just a butterfly as I was doing that. I'm feeling really good. So I hope you've enjoyed our session and you found it not too overwhelming. Yeah, I'm so grateful that you're here with me. I thank you so much, and in fact I have some couple of names that I'd like to mention, just because I've received so many positive compliments and comments from them in the comment section, and I just really enjoy the chat. So number one is Lorenzo from Italy. Thank you so much for your kind words, and yes, I would love to come to Italy with my family. The next one is Chuck in Boston. I don't know why, but I just like the username. And the next one is Rohan Chandri. He's always complimenting my Ostrasana, and for that, sit on your knees, inhale, one arm, push your hips in front of you, exhale, keep pushing your hips, just like that, push your hips. Oh, I want to show you something. I actually made a curry for my mom and for me. Let me show you it. So I made some curry. I want to show you. In here. You like my nuts? Some like lettuce with it, but there's really nice lentils and stuff, and I did a mix of lentils, so I'm really happy with that. There's just turmeric in it and it's colorful. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.